Hello everybody, Principal Bear here, and today we're at Epcot because it's food and wine and we're thirsty.
We are going to get at least 40 drinks that I have looked up ahead of time are vegan.
We're going to attempt to drink 40 drinks and stay properly hydrated.
Yes, don't forget to drink water and subscribe.
You heard the girl.
My cousin, my aunt did it. My aunt did it to my cousin.
Got a beautiful wine here. The pour is quite sad. Quite sad. Oh, it's very rich. You can really taste some like cherry notes to it. I like it. I don't know if I would rate it high though. I'd probably give it like a 3.5 out of 5 grapes. This pour is just sad.
You know, what I really need, aside from food and a portable AC in it, is Disney, Marvel, or Star Wars themed sweatbands. Completely off topic. There's nothing to this video, but I need one because it's burning in the eyes right now. And the other sweatband I have is useless. So it's Pinot Noir, the Pinot Piney pour. Yeah, that's even for Disney pour. That's a bit insulting. Very rich, full body Pinot Noir. Very ripe grape. Very fruit forward. There's some other notes in there. Is that apricot? It's very good. I think it'll pair well with the meatball. I don't know about the slider, but it'll definitely pair well with the meatball. 3.5 out of 5 plus.
We have a strawberry freeze with a beautiful cucumber vodka. Nice and slush. Tastes like a popsicle. This is perfect on a hot day like it is today. I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 5. While these plants are eating me alive, it gets a 5.
5 out of 5 what?
Plants? I don't know. Eat plants. Don't eat animals. So like
Earth eats, that's a given.
I'm a one note.
You got these people used to like
person.
a different number
I just
kind
gotta
of 5
say,
every
eat
plants. That's all you got.
Plants and not animals.
5 Earths.
Save the 5 rescued pigs.
I'll take it. If it's one thing that bears like, regardless of the temperature outside, be it 30 degrees or 97 degrees or 107 degrees, it's a good slushie. It was a slushie. Ooh, strawberry and cucumber go quite well together. It's quite refreshing. Now, if only it came in gas station sizes, then we would have something to talk about. 4.5 out of 5 claws. If the strawberry was a little bit stronger, it would be a necessity to me.
This is the tropical mimosa. It is sparkling wine with hog juice. It does remind me very much of Brunch at the Wave. How I miss hog juice mimosas. They are so good. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5 mimosas.
Flights are definitely the way to go here at Food and Wine if you guys want to try everything. There's plenty of flights. Believe me, you're going to get plenty inebriated if you keep drinking these. And the size of these mimosas is more than adequate. It's just like a stemless champagne glass. This is an appropriate. Now, I will say the juice to champagne ratio is probably a bit off than what we would do, but blood orange is the flavor. I'm interested. Ooh, that's a nice balance. Eat the citrus of the blood orange with the other juices and then the champagne. Just the blood orange being like really tart and harsh, but this is actually pretty good. 3.5 out of 5 plus.
Next we have this beautiful key lime mimosa. coming back from last year. It's very light on the lime. It just tastes like a mild mimosa. Not my favorite. I'm gonna give it like a 2.5 out of 5 mimosas.
Key lime mimosa reminds me of home, but I feel like this one's almost too much champagne and not enough juice. Actually, nah, it works. 4.5 out of 5 plus. Key lime juice and champagne may be my new thing. On a list of a lot of other things, of course.
Now we have a blood orange mimosa. It's tastes like blood orange. It's okay. It's just a little hard on the blood orange side, I feel. I would give it a 2 out of 5 blood oranges. It's okay.
Last of a flight. I like the color. He matched Princess's eyes today. A little bit. Oof. That's that heavy citrus I was expecting. Probably my least favorite, but still decent. 3 out of 5 claws.
This is the berry sour mimosa. This is from Boulevard Brewing Company. All of their beers are vegan. There's a really interesting taste to it. Definitely beer mimosa vibes. I kind of like it. I kind of like this better than the flight. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5 champagnes or beer mimosas. It's good. Alright, you got 2? Yeah.
So berry sour. Like sour mimosa, You know, again, this is me continuing to call it a mimosa until it's a thing. None of that beer mimosa stuff. Mimosa is what it is. It's definitely sour. Like a lemon head sour. But I'm a pleasurable way. Still not my favorite. Not bad. 3 out of 5 plus.
I think we're pronouncing this the Yalumba. Please tell me if I'm wrong. This is a South Australian wine. This is the only wine on the Australia stand that is vegan. And I feel like I could have it with like some chicken or something. It's pretty good. It's like nice and light. Good for a summer day, I think. I would give it, I don't know, 3 out of 5 white grapes. It's not my favorite wine that I've had. It's high.
Yalumba Y Viognier. It sounds like a Final Fantasy boss. I'm just gonna come out and say it. Yes, I'm a nerd. What it is, it's got a nice crisp flavor. It goes down smoothly enough. The fruit sort of gets lost in like the alcohol in the front of my tongue. I've had better. I also had worse. 2.5 out of 5 plus.
We have the Cooper's Brewery Pacific Pale Ale. I'm sure I'm gonna like this because I usually like pale ales. Oh no. No. That is like an IPA level pale ale. I'm giving that a 1 out of 5 hops. That is not my jam. at all. No.
So a Cooper's Brewery Pacific Pale Ale. Pale ales, IPAs, my cousins as far as I'm concerned. It just smells hoppy. This smells like I could cut down a tree with this. This is what I imagine the Pacific Northwest smells like. It's not that bad. It is a bit hoppy. It's a bit on the bitter side, but not like soul-crushingly bitter. If you don't like hoppy beers, this is not the beer for you. It's got some layers to the flavor, but you gotta actually be a beer drinker to like this beer. For me, it's a 2 out of 5 plus. Probably wouldn't drink it again.
This is the Bold Rock Imperial Apple Hard Cider. My cup is broken. Ooh, that's crisp. That is a very nice little apple cider. You throw a little dash of cinnamon and I would be in the holiday season. This is good. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5 ciders.
So, a Bold Rock Imperial Apple Hard Cider. Names, people. We have a hard enough time pronouncing single complicated names. You need to start stringing random words together to make it look fancy. It's a cider with apple in it. Like, delusions of grandeur. That's what I feel. Delusions. But not delusions of flavor. I'll call it where I see it. If it tastes good, you taste good. Just need to shorten the name a bit, like an acronym or something. Something catchy. But I don't know what this is. But it's good. 3.5 out of 5 plus.
The Original Sin Hard Cider McIntosh that I've spilled like 20 times just getting to here. Out of New York. Oh yeah. I remember this one from last year, and it definitely tastes like you bit into a McIntosh apple. I'm here for it. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5 apples. It's appley.
Saying goes, probably doesn't go this way because nobody's ever said it, but a cider a day keeps a bear away. If you told me it was apple juice, I'd believe you. Very tart apple juice. The hints of cider on the back end. It's very light and crisp. If you're like a very fruit-forward cider person, this is a cider for you. 3 out of 5 plus.
Saint Chéri Bourbon Barrel Aged Cherry Blake's Hard Cider out of Michigan. Drank. Yeah. Nice and smooth and cherry. It's gonna get me singing Stevie Wonder in no time. My Chéri amor. Yeah. 4 out of 5 apples.
That's it. I'm using a card. These names have gotten ridiculous, okay? You guys try memorizing these long behind names in Florida summer, okay? It's not easy. Blake's Hard Cider, Saint Chéri, Bourbon Barrel, Bourbon Barrel Cherry Hard Cider would have been enough. You could have cut out like half of them words. That was not necessary. I don't know why I just did that. Ooh, that's good. That is very good. The strong cherry with that back end of the bourbon. That is a cider I can get on board with. That's a 5 out of 5 clause. Skip the flight, get a 12 ounce of these. Easily.
Are we fighting over that one?
Probably. I'll Rochambeau for you.
I would.
Probably. 5 out of 5 cloths is going to Bare Necessities list.
Member status. The Big Storm Brewing Company Apple Blonde Ale out of Clearwater, Florida. Cheers to Clearwater, Florida. Oh. Oh no. You know what? Oh. Clearwater is close to Tampa, and this tastes like red algae in the Tampa Bay.
No, that is rude.
This is terrible.
That is not Tampa's fault.
This is 1 out of 5 yeasties. This is just bad. I'm sorry that Clearwater is producing this. I feel bad for you, Clearwater. Represent some other way, please.
You say it's a Big Storm Brewing, and yet we still not had to have a solid hurricane in this state in 3 years. Now, I don't want anybody to get hurt, but I'm not saying that I wouldn't like a light Category 3 to scare away some of these people so the rent goes down. But I'm just saying. Apple it away. No, I quite like that. It's got like a stout sort of profile with a light like apple on top of it. It actually works kind of well. It makes the whole thing really mellow. Like sitting outside painting fences. We still do that in the South? 4 out of 5 plus. So in this pretty little pocket right here, with the Playalinda Brewing Caramel Apple Pie Ale. I don't like apple pie. I don't know how most of you guys feel about that. I'm already not a dessert person, but apple pie is... it's like American cheese to me.
But you love applesauce.
But I don't like apple pie. Like in the least. The texture, the flaky crust. It's just it's just too cinnamony. Like I'm not feeling it. I don't like apple pie, like in the least. Let's see how I like this. Ugh. It's like the cinnamon challenges a beer with caramel poured on top. Blech. I do not like. 1 out of 5 plus. That's barely drinkable. You know, Disney, you make it so hard to get these things out of here without spilling all over myself. Here we have $3 Brewing, which $3 Brewing is about as food and wine as beers are during food and wine. They're like a requirement at this point. This time it's a brown ale. We've had strawberry ciders, we've had raspberry drinks. The $3 Brewing makes all sorts of things. Usually most of their beers are vegan. We weren't able to confirm this one. But if we're ever in St. Petersburg, that might be worth a visit. If you guys want us to go, let us know. Well, that tastes like a deep pecan stout. They say brown ale. I still think it's that more of a stout profile, but I like this. This is good. I'd easily drop the other two for this one. 4 out of 5 plus. I'm sorry, they're very good looking, but this one just has better personality. So, we have the Apple Blossom Sky. Nice and astute name. There is enough alcohol in this thing to put me on my behind. Probably not. It's like 2 alcohols, 1 alcohol. I take back everything I just said. Apple cider, ginger ale, apple brandy, maple syrup, and mini marshmallows. This thing is almost as Canadian as Ryan Reynolds? Yes, Ryan Reynolds. Oh baby, yes. This makes me want to sit around a block of ice in shorts with a bear themed bro top on, sipping this with both hands wrapped around this thing, freezing. This is perfect. I haven't got any marshmallow in my mouth yet. There we go. Ooh. Ginger ale and brandy soaked marshmallows. I just found a new use for my drinks at home. 5 out of 5 cloths. It's on the Bare Necessities list.
You didn't even want it.
Nope, I did not want it.
Turmeric ginger hard cider. It really tastes like the blend between turmeric and ginger. They kind of balance each other rather nicely. I'll give it a 3 out of 5 hops. Nice little kick at the end. I like that.
Turmeric and cider. A locational thing, but not two flavors I was expecting to be mixed together. We're always up for new cider, so turmeric for my tummy. It's a quite subtle turmeric flavor, but it actually kind of works. It leads to like a mild sweetness, like an overly sweet cider. Give that 2.5 out of 5 plus.
This is the Stem Ciders Hibiscus Session Hard Apple Cider. Cheers. Oh, that's quite nice. I like that. It's like a Honeycrisp apple. Yeah, I would give it a 3 out of 5 beers. It's like cidery. It's cidery and good.
There's ciders, and then you have hard ciders. Are they really that hard though? Are they gonna get with you in a mosh pit? Are they gonna like cut down trees in your backyard? Are they the Hulk? That baby is the Hulk. It's a hibiscus, but it's a hibiscus punch. And the only way that a hibiscus can deliver a right hook to your face. 3.5 out of 5 plus. So we have the Moon Blossom Pilsner. Now, the brewery that makes this is apparently vegan friendly, but we couldn't confirm if the Moon Blossom Pilsner itself is vegan. So another one for me to enjoy all to myself. I love the name. See, that is the name of a craft beer. Moon Blossom Pilsner. Nice and simple. Descriptive words, the type of beer, end it. I don't need 6 strings of words to make it fancy, okay? It's already like, expensive beer. It's Disney. You're trying too hard. I digress. Ooh, that's smooth. And floral in a very enjoyable way. It's true to its name. It's a very like gentle sort of Pilsner with the floral that's not gonna make you like feel like you just licked grass. I enjoy this. If I could find this, I would drink this on a regular. 4 to 5 plus.
The last couple years, the sake at the food and wine stand has not been vegan. I'm so excited that we actually have a vegan one, and it is flavored apple, which is much better than the ones they had like last year. I think it was pineapple. Oh yeah, that's really nice. Nice like chilled sake with a light little apple aftertaste. This is bae. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. the Princessity's sake item. Get this.
Never gonna say no to sake from Japan. This continues to be, unsurprisingly, one of my favorite booths at every festival. We've had some hit and misses, but I never miss an opportunity to come to the stand. There are times I don't want to stand in the line, but it's always on the list. Apple, ooh. I just got a huge whiff of apple, like apple pucker level apple on the sake.
Yep.
Legit, it tastes like apple pucker mixed with sake. Absolutely no complaints about that. This is like a Trojan horse of adult beverages. 4.5 out of 5 claws. Taking it back. 5 out of 5 claws, one of the bare necessities list. I'm getting this every time the line is short.
So here we have the Yuzu Lemon Drop. Oh wow, that's really tart, but really good. I love this. It's like just eating straight lemon, like a lemon candy. I'll give it a 5 out of 5 lemons. Get this.
The Yuzu Lemon Drop, I believe I got this last year and didn't like it, but again, this year it was me that ordered it. Either my memory is that bad, which is probably the case, or I just glutton punishment.
Probably a little bit of both.
We're gonna take both of these.
Oh, you probably shouldn't have had the whole thing.
Right. Well, the sugariness of the little lemon gummy balances out the tartness of the drink. That actually I don't dislike. Ooh, by itself, it's still super tart. I have less disdain for than I remember. 3.5 out of 5 plus. '81 Bay Brewing, strawberry lime wheat ale. See, those are some flavors that make sense to me. Strawberry and lime, I can get on board with that. Wheat ale, I do like my wheats. That feels American, somehow. It reminds me of a key lime ale we had at a festival here. I don't recall which one, but it's very smooth. It's heavier on the lime than the strawberry, but it goes down really easy. But 3.5 out of 5 plus.
We have this pumpkin brew ale, and I am going to drink this in honor of Foolish Morgans. May the pumpkin be with you. Okay, actually this is pretty good. I wish this was pumpkin spiced. Then it would be even better. Straight pumpkin? It tastes more like a wheat ale. I don't think that the Foolish Morgans would approve of this beer. I would give it 2 out of 5 pumpkins. This turns into something else at midnight.
We drink pumpkin in the summertime because in our hearts, it is always spooky season. Always. Honestly, for me, this is the proper amount of pumpkin. I don't like super intense pumpkin, but this is enough pumpkin that goes well with the complexity of the beer, gives some layers, and it's nice and smooth. No like harsh hop on the end or anything like that. I think it goes well. 3.5 out of 5 plus.
Why did I have to confirm that this Lord Hobo Brewing Boom Sauce Double IPA was vegan? This is just straight punishment. Oh Lord. That's worse than that Isla Nublar IPA. Oh God. That's a 0. No, there's not enough lemon aftertaste in the world to make that taste good. That is just bad. But if you like IPAs, you're gonna love this. Not for me, not for me.
We're at the point on this channel where I feel like the Venn diagram between naming beers and naming rock bands is just a circle at this point. Lord Hobo, really? Like, first of all, you're brewing Lord Hobo Brewing, and then Boom Sauce. Tells me all I need to know, right there. It is not the worst beer I've ever tried. It's still better than Reef Donkey. Not by much. It has a lot going for it. The flavor isn't awful. I mean, it's smooth enough until you get to the back end. And that bitterness just goes right through the roof. That's where the boom comes in. Oh. 1.5 out of 5 claws. Only the truest of you IPA fanatics is going like this. And for every one of you that comes and drink this, I need a comment of bear. Oof. Oof.
This is the Bold Rock Roast Coffee Hard Cider from North Carolina. Whoa. Now it doesn't look like coffee, but it most certainly tastes like coffee. If you're in the mood for surprising coffee beer cider, this is the drink for you. I will give this a 3.5 out of 5 coffees. It tastes like black coffee.
You know, I get that cider is all the rave now, but this is the point where you're all going a bit too far. Cider. Is it cider or seltzer?
Cider.
It's a cider and coffee are like almost opposite ends of the spectrum as far as like punchiness of flavors. Something like this just looks like an attempted poisoning me. That tastes like bar mat backwash. If I had drank enough to spit that out, I would have. 0 out of 5 claws. That's absolutely putrid.
I thought you were gonna love that.
I hate it.
The Victory Chardonnay. Cheers to America having so many amazing vegan options. Oh yeah, this is good. Deep. You can really taste like a tartness almost to it. It's a very unusual tasting Chardonnay, and I'm not mad at it. I would give it 3.5 out of 5 white grapes.
A nice American Chardonnay. Does America even do? Well, I know there are parts of good wine in America. We've had a sommelier or two at this point talk us through the different things in different regions. Chardonnay isn't usually my jam, but I'm always willing to try something that might hurt me. Maybe even twice. Very alcohol forward. I feel sort of like cancels out into like the fruitiness taste. It's very crisp. You like crisp Chardonnay? That's your deal? I don't much like it. It's like a half a step up from drinking perfume to me. 2 out of 5 plus.
This is the Tribute Cabernet Sauvignon. All Tribute wines are vegan. Cheers. It's a very rich cab. Not too heavy on that like oaky taste that I usually get out of a cab. It's a little bit more on the lighter side. You can taste the grape a little bit more, which I kind of like on a hot day. If it was a cold day, I probably wouldn't like it as much. Yeah, refreshing wine. I appreciate this wine. I'm gonna give it 3.5 out of 5 red grapes. it'll grape you out.
Whew. I know this is a cab, but if they keep adding drinks to the American Pavilion, I'm gonna need a cab. Way home. People still do cabs, or just all Uber now? I can't remember the last time I saw a taxi cab around Walt Disney World.
New York?
Either way.
Minivan?
I've never successfully caught a cab in this state. Even if sometimes I've tried to like wave one down, it's never worked.
I'm gonna try this.
Ooh, that is a dry one. Like your mouth is wet, but you're like thirsty at the same time. But it's a nice like medium bodied wine. It's something that I could sip and relax and like watch one of the shows here at the American Pavilion if it wasn't boiling degrees outside. 3.5 out of 5 plus.
The Estrella Galicia Cerveza Especial Lager. I'm sure I ruined that too. Cheers to the community. I like this. This is good. This is up there with Dos Equis. Though nothing can beat Dos Equis because it has a special place in my family history. This is very close. I'm gonna give this a 4.5 out of 5 cervezas. This is really good.
You've heard me rant about names. This is Spanish, so I'll forgive it, but Estrella Galicia Cerveza Especial Lager. Do I need cervezas and lager in the title?
An especial?
Maybe the lager? Maybe you could just put Special Estrella
Cerveza
Galicia.
Especial?
I don't need cerveza in there. We know it's beer. Either way. Ooh, that is special. Instantly, you can just taste it. It reminds me, not in the same country, but it reminds me of a Pacifico, but a lot more smooth. High drinkability, and still very crisp, very light. I would give that a 3.5 out of 5 plus.
I'm totally gonna butcher the name of this wine. The Quinta Albarino Urias Briaxis. I failed. Please correct me in the comments. It's a wine. Oh, I kind of like this one. It's very bright and light, and you can't really like, it's not heavy on the grape flavor. It's just overall just a very light and airy wine. I would give it a 3 out of 5 white grapes. It's pretty good.
You have two options on World Showcase. You can either wine, or you can wine.
I don't like it.
I suggest the one flight if you can. Nothing else is going to help. This probably isn't going to help either, but either way.
Eat it, and you used to keep it in the fridge, and it used to smell like the whole fridge.
Very tart.
Because you keep
Tart and crisp.
it. You know what? Jonathan, to be honest,
If you ever
I haven't
considered
tried it because I couldn't keep
a white wine to be
smell
sort of a
it.
palate cleanser, I can't taste anything I had before after that one, that's for sure.
It's good.
Give it 3 out of 5 plus.
Really good.
The Faustino VII Rioja Rosado. I'm probably saying that wrong as well. My Spanish is not so good. I'm from California. I only know basic, not Spain Spanish, that's for sure. My corazón can take it though. I like this. This is actually a really good rosé. Very light also, perfect on a hot day. I kind of wish I had a larger cup than this tiny little sample. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 grapes. It's good.
Faustino VII. What is the limit on, what happens when you're doing like double digits? Faustino the 10th? 12th? Too much. Oh, it is more tart than the last one, but I actually kind of like that one. I can't. This. I feel like it's grapefruit. It feels grapefruity, but mellow. 3.5 out of 5 plus.
The Quintina del 67 Almarazza Garancha Tomer. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all the Spaniards watching this video right now. I butchered your beautiful language. Cheers, though. To you anyway. Ooh, this one is very smoky. This would pair very well with another like smoky type food, maybe like a fake fish or something. I like this. It's like a deep. It's definitely going to be one of the more difficult ones to drink of the flight in the sun. I will give it a 3.5 out of 5 red grapes. It's very good. I just kind of wish I had it like sitting at home with maybe some like vegan paella or something.
We're just going to go ahead and stop at Quintina del 67, and I'm not even going to bother to butcher the rest. Spanish wines are all very interesting. If you consider yourself a wine person and you haven't sort of stepped out your boundaries, food and wine is definitely a place to do it. Get you a flight. I consider this to be just like you would sushi. Get one thing that you love, 2 things that you don't. Maybe even 2 that you like, 1 that you've never tried before. So if you like red wine, get a red, a rosé, and a white. Live a little bit.
If you want to back it up,
Excuse the closed eye, I've sweated it, it burns. It's a nice, deep, medium to full-bodied wine. Very fruit-forward. It still tastes a little bit of alcohol there on the tongue. It's very nice and crisp. All these are really, really crisp. So this is the one thing they have in common. I think this is my favorite, though. 4 out of 5 plus.
You know and love that 4% grapefruit Schofferhofer. We've tried, not on the channel, but we did go to Enchanted Rose and try the pomegranate Schofferhofer. That was terrible. So now we're here trying a pineapple Schofferhofer. Let's see if it's any good. Bear's gonna love this. It just tastes like straight pineapple. If you like pineapple, especially if you like a Dole Whip, it tastes like a Dole Whip beer. But if you're like me and you're not a big pineapple person, this isn't for you. I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5 Dole Whips.
We've been ordering 6-ounce beers all day, sort of spaces out since we have so many to try. When we came to a pineapple Schofferhofer, of course I asked for 12-ounce. And the princess was gracious enough to acquiesce to my request. I'm excited. That's so good. It's literally like pineapple juice with a hint of beer. Everything I dream of. This to me is better than the Ace Pineapple Hard Cider. The only thing that can make this better is just a scoop of Dole Whip right on top. Disgusting for most of you. Absolutely heaven for me. 5 out of 5 plots. You love pineapple? This is not skip. It's on my necessities list.
This one actually is not a festival drink. I got this because I thought I was trying to be nice to Bear. He likes slushes and he likes lemonade, so I was like, you know, he hasn't had one of these Outpost lemonades in a while. Let me go ahead and be nice and get this for him. Little did I, well, I knew, but I forgot that he hates Minute Maid lemonade, and that's exactly what this is in a slush with vodka. So I basically got him a drink he doesn't like when I was trying to be nice. Please like this video to make up for my shortcomings. I was trying would be nice. I don't know. Just help me out. It tastes like Mountain Dew. I'm not mad at it. I don't dislike it as much as Bear insinuated I did in the past. But I can understand why it is very artificial tasting. But it does work for the heat, though it's like mostly melted at this point and looks like antifreeze. I will give it a 2 out of 5 lemonades.
Never trust a lemonade that looks that neon. I appreciate the person that's trying. I probably like the fact that it's cold. But yes, I do hate Minute Maid lemonade with a passion. It is not real lemonade. It's more frothy than frozen at this point, but we commit to our mistakes. Ooh. Same problem as last year. Why is it carbonated? Doesn't help anybody. You could have just given them a frozen lemonade with alcohol. The carbonation just kills it for me. We're not wasting it, but that'd be alcohol abuse. That's still a 1.5 out of 5 plus for me.
The Three Daughters Allspice beer, they only come in one size at the Refreshment Outpost, and I forgot what this one tasted like last year. Bear said I didn't like it, so hopefully it's not as bad as that cinnamon one we had for Festival of the Holidays. It is very spicy, but I'm not mad at it. I actually will drink this. Hopefully it mixes well with other foods that you can get at the Refreshment Outpost, the most neglected pavilion of them all. 3 out of 5 hops.
Nobody more than me. Maybe some other people. Maybe not as vocal as me. Rave as much as I hate the Refreshment Outpost. I would much rather have no outpost or not be themed to any country at all in this sad display of supposedly African food here at Epcot. We have Africa and Animal Kingdom. I'm perfectly happy with how it exists there. Don't need it here. This should go away and be a whole other pavilion. I don't know why this thing still exists. The one plus is that when you do get beers here, they do have specialty beers that are usually not advertised for every festival. Is that aside from Germany, these are some of the tallest beers you get on World Showcase. They're just hit and miss as far as quality goes. That is a spicy beer. When they say allspice, they're not kidding. It's not spicy as in, you know, hot ones, but spicy as in filled with allspice. It's unique flavor. It's interesting. I would suggest if you like different spicy beers that you try it, but it's not my favorite. Well, there is a certain drinkability to it. It is still better than the cinnamon one we had, I agree. I give this 2.5 out of 5 plus. So we have the Taj Mahal lager from the India stand. They've had this at festivals before. Just like before, we haven't been able to confirm it's vegan or not. So it's going to be me taking one for the team. Because you know how incredibly hard it is for me to drink a beverage by myself. But I do it for the community. Really, I do. Partially me, but mostly the community. It's as smooth as the Taj Mahal is beautiful. Like a Bud Light or somebody competent made it. 3.5 out of 5 plus.
We have a Sula Brut Tropical Sparkling Wine from India. I'm probably going to butcher the place, but Nashik? Probably wrong. Correct me in the comments, please. I want to pronounce this correctly. So, beautiful vegan sparkling wine. Actually quite sparkling. I enjoys it. It's definitely not as heavy in the liquor. It's more of like a fruity dessert type sparkling wine. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5 grapes. It's perfect for a hot day like this. I can imagine drinking this in India.
I swear, at Food and Wine, I'm starting to think that they pick the drinks based on how long the name is. Sula Brut Tropical Sparkling Wine. That is way too long. It's Sula Brut from now on. A nice flute. Because that rhymes, I guess. You know? It's not half bad. Not half bad at all. Taste the fruit there on the front end. It's got alcohol forward taste, but not too much. It's nice dry. It can be really sweet for a tropical sparkling wine, but it's actually not. And pretty tolerable. I would give that a 3 out of 5 plus. I'm getting that reading a page of a story to the class type vibes that you probably only get in Florida schools, but a blood orange charred margarita with Centinela, Blanco tequila, blood orange aperitif, black currant infused vodka, Prosecco served on the rocks with pink peppercorns, and sweet dried chili salt rim. That's almost an adult bedtime story. Let's see if it actually put me to sleep. Lots of the pink peppercorns floating around in there. Ooh, that's good. That to me feels like an evolved version of the pink popcorn that's no longer with us from La Cava. I know the princess comes here and she has La Cava on the brain, and I am, while I do love La Cava, I do not love the wine or the prices. This deserves a full-fledged margarita. Careful how many of those peppercorns that you chew though. That's not so pleasant. 4 out of 5 plus.
It takes 2 mango. It takes 2 mango to make a margarita come true. It takes 2. This is the only vegan thing at the entire Mexico stand, and it's something that Bear cannot have. So it is it takes 2 mango margarita with mezcal ilegal, which we have all the time, a mango puree, Nixita corn liqueur, rum, ancho chili lime juice, and then a hibiscus lime salt. I'm excited for this one, even though it would kill the bear. Okay, got a nice mango, you got a nice little spice kick at the end. The hibiscus salt kind of complements it really well. It's definitely very mango forward. And you don't really get a lot of that smoky taste that you would expect from the Ilegal Mezcal. I'm not mad at it. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5 mangoes. It's not the best margarita. Like, I think I would much rather go to La Cava, but it works for a sample marg for a festival. I just don't think these margaritas for this festival specifically are hitting as hard as some previous ones, and I still feel like going to La Cava is probably the way to go. I had it. We have a Zinfandel, which is the only vegan thing at the meat station that I'm calling the meat station, but it's the swanky, saucy Swine. It's the meat station. It's nice. It's bright. It's a very, it's like, I don't know, grape forward, I want to say. It's got like a nice like richness to it. I really like it. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5 red grapes.
This is the kind of day, the time of day, where it's good for a little sifter of the red wine. Nice and deep. Sun's starting to set. There's clouds. Shade plentiful. People's moods are improving. It's the perfect time. I like that. It's definitely more on the tart fruit side. I think that the cherries in there. It's very drinkable. It's still remaining light. I'm not heavy. I just don't feel like it's going to weigh you down. Give them that 3.5 out of 5 claws.
There's the hidden Mickey in the queue.
Here we have the saucy, the swanky, saucy Swine. That's a lot of S's in there. Bourbon Bloody Mary.
That's pretty funny.
You know bourbon? No, it's basically sold. They don't really describe a whole lot of what's in it. Just like Bloody Mary mix and a special edition of Woodcraft Reserve. And then of course you have your Swine just swanking all up in your drink there. No idea what it is. It looks spicy, so I'm assuming it's a chili lime rim or some sort of chili-ish rim. But bottoms up. Hold on to your bacon. Ooh, that's interesting. It's less. There's some chili in that rim, but it's almost like a barbecue sauce on the rim with the Bloody Mary. It can use it like another shot of bourbon. Like it's the only thing it's missing. It's a bit weak. It's mostly Bloody Mary mix, but it's got a good flavor to it. If you don't like Swine swanking in your drinks, you might not want to get this. Otherwise, it's like a lesser form of the great and king of food and wine, Swine Brine. They tried though. 3.5 out of 5 claws. That's a big piece of pig. I'll be real, the bacon wasn't that great. Look on the princess's face, priceless.
Was disgusting. Like he was trying to put like a friggin' like candy wrapper or one of those like, you know, candy sour belt thingies out of a cup and it just kept going, but it was like pig. That was disgusting. Oops, not this one, not this one. This one and this one.
Here we have the Ivanhoe Brewing Pineapple Vibes Blonde Ale, and that is a mouthful. Now we did try to confirm if this was vegan, and we couldn't confirm it, so it's only going to be me drinking it, but more the more pineapple for me. You know me, anything pineapple, and I'm convinced. Now it's a local Orlando brewery, so it fits. This is all about fruit. It's a bit on the bitter side, but you do get that pineapple in there. We've had some better pineapple beers on property, but I wouldn't turn this down. We'll give it 3 out of 5 plus.
This is the Woodchuck Guava Another hard cider from Middlebury, Vermont. Our good friend Planet Mirror swears by this cider, so cheers. Okay. Yes. This is bussin'. This is a 5 out of 5 guavas. It definitely tastes like a fresh guava with just a light little carbonation to it. I really like it. It is good.
So a Guava Another cider, Woodchuck. It's a tall drink. It's not a festival drink. This is a legit drink. I'm fine with that. We like our drinks this size. Even if we were trying to try like 40 of them, we appreciate the challenge. Oh, that's good. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's bussin', I would go so far as to say that of all of the drinks that I've had so far at Food and Wine, this may be the king until something else dethrones it.
It's must.
If I find a king, I'll put it on social media. But right now, this is the current king. 5 out of 5 plus.
This is a Blake's Hard Cider Strawberry Lemonade. All of Blake's ciders are vegan. It's really weird tasting for strawberry lemonade. It almost tastes like, because usually I guess when you drink strawberry lemonade like this, it tastes more artificial. This tastes like I just ate a fresh lemon that was squeezed into carbonation. It's very refreshing. I kind of wish I'd gotten a bigger one. I would give it 4 out of 5 strawberry lemonades.
Hard strawberry lemonade cider. I love strawberry lemonade, but I've never really wanted to mix that with, well, I mean, that's not true. I have wanted to mix it with alcohol. I don't necessarily know if I wanted it as cider. But brewing got me trying new brew things. So, here we go. It's quite refreshing. I get a hint of strawberry lemonade, but really it's just really smooth. This could be my grapefruit Schofferhofer. Like, this is absolutely delicious. I give this a 5 out of 5 plus. We got a 6 ounce, but honestly, it was my idea. I wish we got a 12. We got a lot of things to drink today. I'm giving that a 5 out of 5 plus. It's on the Bare Necessities list.
Salted dog pork tail. Pickle, Mom. Vodka, grapefruit juice, ginger.
That's why we got this salty dog cocktail with a vegan vodka that you can have in multiple locations around the festival. It almost tastes like juice water. Like, you know how when you like go and get one of those water things where they put like juices or like fruits in the water, so then when you like pour the water out into your cup, it tastes like fruit? That's what this tastes like. Fruit water. 3 out of 5 fruits.
Now, I don't know if this is the same cocktail, but we had something under a similar name at Ale and Compass called the Salty Dog, and I absolutely hated it. The ingredients don't give me hope, but we commit to our mistakes. Grapefruit is a hard thing to mix with anything, because that like grapefruit aftertaste is like the drink form of that old comedy skit Slap Your Mama. Maybe Homie Don't Play That for those of us that are really, really old. I did not enjoy that. That thing is not my favorite. 1.5 out of 5 plus.
Weird.
Key lime and strawberry.
81 Bay Brewing Key Lime Lager. I don't know how I feel about all this key lime nonsense. I'm not Bear. I wasn't born in Key West. It tastes like beer. It doesn't really taste like key lime. 2 out of 5 hops.
At this point, honestly, I just want to swim in this cup. I don't even really care what it tastes like anymore. I need a dip, but not in the dirty lagoon water. Like a crisp beer bath. Like, they have those. It's a thing. They have beer baths in Japan. at some other place, Germany. They have beer baths, it's like a beer spa. Don't judge me. The princess is looking at me like I'm crazy right now. Either way. That's interesting. It's like a key lime beer. I don't really get much of either one of those. I don't get very much key lime, and it doesn't really taste like a beer either. It just tastes like a liquid thing. There's gonna be like a hint of like hops in there somewhere. It's still really smooth, but I'm not really getting a ton of flavor though. However, I would still rather drink this than Bud Light. 2.5 out of 5 plus. It's that time of year again. It is officially 137% swine brine season. That is 97% of the reason why I can become food wine. Now it's probably negative 97 for the princess, but for me, it's like foodie Christmas. Because a big pork shanks, smoky, dropped into a little vat of cider and Jim Beam, there is no greater heaven. If you've been here for any of our festival videos, you already know what my rating is. The question is this a drink or a food item? Disney says it's a drink, but this pork chunk's big enough where I consider it to be a snack. Snack and a half. It's always going to be 5 out of 5 claws. We'll get that swine brine. Meat juice.
You nasty. You super nasty.
I'm not even slightly sorry. So that has been us drinking around the International Food and Wine Festival 2022.
Part 1. Come back in August when we do part 2.
Part 2 of drinking around?
Yes.
All right, we're doing part 2.
We are.
But if there's anything that you guys think we missed or you want to see our opinion on, of course, let us know in the comments.
It'll be in part 2 if you put it in the comments.
It will be in part 2. If there's anything else you'd like to see us do, of course, that's always going to be a place to find us. Hit the notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, Bear is just going to yeet himself into this fountain over here and then Spider-Man hop onto Spaceship Earth and crawl all the way to the top and then Geronimo down to the fountain.
That water's dirty, I'm not doing that. But you heard the girl.
Our biomes feature rare species of flora from across the galaxy.